Hi, I'm Beth Rosenberg, Associate Editor of Soundings Trade Only. We just came from a session on common dealership mistakes, so I was wondering if you both could talk about some of the most common mistakes dealers made and some of the pitfalls they should avoid.
Oh, boy. That's a leading question, isn't it, Ed? Oh, my goodness. I think there's a giant mistake being made or being thrust on us by the IT community, if you will, who claim that the internet is now the new way that we're going to sell everything and that's how people are going to buy. The customer can go on the internet and get all sorts of information, no question about that. But he needs to know how to apply that information to a boat that's going to fit his needs or his family's needs and his desires. And that's where the salesman really doesn't become a salesman. He becomes an applications expert to help the customer determine what boat obviously fits his need.
You have to have a business plan. You have to let that business plan guide you as you go along. And a second area, you have to plan for opportunities that present themselves. Very often during a recession, people hunker in. You've got to do something during a recession to promote yourself. And the way to do that is to take advantage of, say, low interest rates, take advantage of people being willing to build and enhance your dealership, that sort of thing. And the third thing that I would emphasize is the failure to embrace and kindle the passion. If you do not have the passion to be in this industry, then you should either close or sell. It's as simple as that.
We hear a lot about the importance of having an updated website, engaging with customers through social media, using e-blasts to reach out to customers. I was wondering if you both could talk about the importance of these tools.
Well, I think the internet really isn't that old, and it's still in what we call the build-out stage. So I'm not sure that we know precisely what the internet's going to do for us long haul. I mean, remember, we sell expensive, durable hard goods. We're not selling, soap flakes or that kind of thing. So, but it is a tremendous tool, and don't let me imply that it's not. It is a great tool for promoting interest or promoting our dealerships as a whole with our websites and that kind of thing. It certainly serves that purpose. My reference earlier was that it is not necessarily the sales closer that IT people would like us to believe it is, or that they want us to invest in, that kind of thing. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, we know how social media is going to play out for us. I think we're still trying to feel our way through that. Now, right now, Twitter and Facebook are all important things. They're hot. So for dealers to ignore those would be foolish. But to believe that, again, they're the be-all and end-all to increase business or whatever, I'm not so sure. I think we're really trying to learn what it's going to mean to us, if anything, in the long haul.
I'm a little afraid of some of the new social media, to be honest with you. Maybe you're talking to the wrong generation here. I don't know. I have a feeling that my grandchildren, when they're involved, will probably use Facebook and blogs and the like. But I can see that type of thing biting a dealership too. You have to be able to manage it. You have to be able to be right on top of it at all times, or it can bite you.
Right.
There is one other thing I want to add to that. And I think most dealers have either not recognized this or failed to do anything about it. They need to get into data mining with their websites and on the internet, that kind of thing. Data mining is real simple. I'm not a great promoter of Google, but Google Analytics is a free add-on thing that they can put onto their website that tells them where the customers or where the people who are looking at their sites come from, how long they spend on the sites, what page they look at. I mean, all sorts of great information that every dealer who has a website, and everyone should have one, have got to really want to know. And it's free. And all they need to do is code it or whatever it is into their website, and they have all this information.
So even though we reach out a lot through social media, through email, can you talk about the importance of still maintaining face-to-face interaction with your customers?
When somebody walks into the dealership, they're greeted instantaneously. Or when somebody calls on the phone, it's like Norm has said over and over again, you better not put them into a black hole. You need a person to answer the phone, and you need a person to be helpful to that person. And the same goes with face-to-face contact when people walk into the dealership. You've got to have a greeter there, somebody that is knowledgeable, somebody that can direct the person to what he or she would like to have, and go from there.
Beyond the dealership, boat shows are great vehicles for face-to-face contact with prospects and customers. Community events that you can tie boating into or go to as a boating owner group, again, as face-to-face. Anytime that you can have an event that will draw some people and you can get that face-to-face contact, obviously, it's a salesman's dream. No salesman will turn away from a face-to-face opportunity to talk to a prospect. It's the perfect one. Better than the internet. Mm-hmm. Better than anything.
Our dealership does several fishing tournaments each year, and just as Norm is talking about, there are tremendous successes that way. We don't sell anything directly at those functions, but you can bet that it translates into sales down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about the importance of boat shows and why you think they're still relevant in this day and age, and why dealers should still take part in their local, regional, or national boat shows?
Really, I mean, there's a lot of discussion and a lot's been written. Our boat shows, good, bad, whatever. There are too many. It's really a simple formula, Beth. There is no other medium, none, that can do what a boat show does. And a boat show is simply a sales promotion, a very big one, that takes the funds from all of the participants, the exhibitors, pools those together, uses that to do big advertising and draw in a big crowd. And there's no way a dealer could do that on an individual basis. First, he doesn't have the capital, and secondly, probably not the wherewithal to do it. But we're talking about a boat show delivers thousands in a very defined short period of time. And there's no other way to do it. And until we find a vehicle, a medium that can replace boat shows, and we haven't so far, boat shows remain king, just for that very reason, that face-to-face contact with thousands of people in a short time.
I agree wholeheartedly with Norm on this. A dealership can see hundreds, thousands of people at a big show. You almost have to be there. And this translates to business over periods of time, too. We've had people come in the dealership 2-3 years after a boat show saying, saw you at the boat show a couple of years back, and purchase a boat.
Do you think it's important for dealers to get involved in groups such as 20 groups or marine trades associations or the MRAA, and what can they gain from being a participant in these groups?
Boy, you mentioned 20 groups. I can give you a absolute true case. A dealer, I better, I guess, not use his name, but some years ago joined one of the 20 groups, mm-hmm. and says that he would not have been in business a year after had he not joined that group. The 20 group is a group of 20 dealers from all around the country that collectively work on each other's business plan and what's happening. And in fact, this 20 group told him to get rid of some of his boat lines, which was almost heresy in those days, and get down to 1 or 2 lines. And so he followed the plan, and he's in business today and doing quite well. But he attributes this to the 20 group. Involvement with the industry in which you make a living is critical. So that means membership in local or national trade associations like MRA or the local association, because they are ones that are trying to make the business climate better for the business. And then your individual growth, like the 20 group in the MRAA program. 2 things that every dealer should be involved in.
Mm-hmm.
No dealership today can afford to be an island. You need the knowledge, you need the education and the training that networking provides. You need to be involved with your state association or your regional association. You need to be involved with the national association. You need to go to meetings like IBEX. You need to go to meetings like the Marine Dealer Conference and Expo in Orlando. These are networking events more than anything else. They will equip you with the knowledge and the best practices that you need to run a dealership successfully today. The key is diversification for a marine dealership in this modern age. If you don't have diversification, you're subject to going down with boat sales, for example. If you're exclusively boat sales and boat sales are off, you're hurting. You've got to diversify. You need other profit centers. You need the service, you need the storage, you need the parts and accessories, you need the transportation. These are all money makers done right. So I'd say one word, and that's diversification.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't add to that. That's absolutely true.
What do you see for dealers in 2012?
I can't see the near-term future being a whole lot better than it is now. I think we bottomed out, so maybe that's the good news. I don't think we're going down anymore. I think we will begin maybe the climb out of the hole. But I can't see it through at least 2012, maybe into 13, before we really can turn around and can say, yes, we have finally seen the turnaround. And I just hate to say that, but you asked me the question, I can't lie. Ed, I don't know how you feel.
Well, it may be one area of disagreement. I see the glass as half full and growing. There are opportunities in a recessional period like this one that ought to be taken advantage of. Low interest rates, for example. If you want to do something like put up a building, the builders are available. The times are just ripe for something like that. Now, I do agree that boat sales and motor sales are down. But I see this next year, 2012, as a slight uptick. I kind of agree with the GE people. They've done an analysis recently where they say 2012 is going to enjoy a slight uptick over 2011. And I think they're right on. Buying inventory a little more heavily than I did last year. And we're seeing some late year showroom traffic that I'm impressed with. Unless we have a catastrophe like the collapse of Europe or something like that, I foresee the uptick.
Well, I like Ed's outlook better than mine. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with him. I don't know. We all wish it could be better. And I all wish the political horizon were better. But I do like GE's and Ed's outlook as being obviously positive. And if we have bottomed out, then perhaps we should be turning around and seeing some growth. Let's hope.